Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic, and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. Come on children, let us start a new lesson in standard 5th scholarship. Okay, and we will be doing a lesson in scholarship English today. And as we all know, we are doing lessons in the first part of your scholarship syllabus. That is, we are doing lessons based on vocabulary, and this is the biggest part, you can say, or the longest part of your scholarship syllabus, vocabulary. Okay, and today we are going to do lesson number 11, that is 1.11 in your vocabulary section, which is a very easy, simple to understand and interesting exercise based on jumbled spellings. So now what do you understand by jumbled spellings, children? Jumbled spellings means spellings which have been mixed up together. So it is a spelling which has been changed, the letters have changed its place, and you have to put it back in its proper place. So that is the meaning of jumbled spellings. Now you also have a game called as Scrabble, in which you pick up letters and you make words. So this also is very close to that game Scrabble. Okay, so come on, we will play also some jumbled spellings now, and then we will go and see the patterns of questions which can be asked, and we will also try and solve some questions based on those patterns. So as in scholarship lessons always, first we will try and understand what it is, and then we will try and solve questions based on it. So are you ready for this very, very interesting lesson or video based on jumbled spellings? So what are jumbled spellings, children? This is exactly what jumbled spellings are. So you see the one written on top, it is a word of course, and there are many letters which have been put together, but it doesn't make any sense. Why? Because the letters are not in its right place. That means the letters are all jumbled up. And then you have another word which is made with the same letters. So look at the word on top. It is O-D-W-R. So does O-D-W-R have any meaning? No, it doesn't. So let us see how we can make sense out of this. So let us now try to unjumble this. Let us try to put it straight. So the W will come first, then goes the O, then goes the R, and finally you have the D. So now you make sense. It is what? It is a word. So see, the spelling of word itself, we jumbled it here and then we put it straight. We put it in order. So this is the meaning of jumbled letters. Okay, now we're going to take a look at various examples, and we will try to solve also some of them. But before that, let us try and understand what the definition of jumbled spelling is. So what does your scholarship textbook have to say about the meaning of jumbled spelling? So here we are. So in this kind of exercise, that is in the exercise about jumbled spellings, you will be given the letters of a word in a jumbled order. You have to unscramble the letters to make a sensible word. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to unscramble. Now have you heard the word scramble before? We say scrambled eggs. Okay, we call it bhurji in Hindi or Marathi. So what is scrambling? Scrambling means just mixing it together. So when you break eggs into a pan and when you simply mix it up together, then it is called as scrambling the eggs. So how will you unscramble it? You will try to separate it and put it in order. Okay, now you cannot do that to the bhurji, you cannot do that to the scrambled eggs, but we can definitely do it with the scrambled words. We can unscramble the scrambled words. So once again, let us see. In this kind of exercise, you will be given the letters of a word in a jumbled or a scrambled order. You have to unscramble the letters to make a sensible word. So let us take a look at a few examples here. So you have the word HOLOCH. So does this look familiar to you? It is not a word that we have seen because it is not a word at all. The letters have been scrambled up here. But do the letters look familiar to you? Have you seen any word with the same letters but set in a different way? Come on, let's find out. When you unscramble this word, what word do you get? You get the word SCHO and L, school. So see, the spelling of school was unscrambled. You unscrambled the spelling and you got the right answer. So HOLOCS was actually SCHOOL, school. Alright, let's take a look at one more word here. So you have RORWUB. Oh God, RORWUB. So what is this particular word now? Have you seen this somewhere? Let's see what the word is. So when you unscramble this, when you put it in order, you get BURRRO and W. Burrow. Now we all know what school is. What is burrow? Burrow is a place or a hole in which the rabbits live. So how we unscrambled the words to make a sensible word, or you unscramble the letters in order to make a sensible word. Okay, so this is how the exercise based on jumbled spellings is done. But you of course have patterns of questions. Okay, you will have to follow those particular patterns. Now let us take a look at this one more example. So come on, I just want you to take a look at this page and try and decide on what these words are based. So have you seen these words before? Do they seem familiar? Look at them closely. So the first one is RADYASTU. The next one is AONYDM. Then you have AYDFRI. Okay, so look at them carefully. Look at the next one, YSTURDAH, and then you have DSEEWDANY. Do they seem familiar? Yes, they should seem familiar to you. Why? Because they are all the days of the week. So the first one is Saturday, second one is Monday, third one is Friday, the fourth one is Thursday, and the fifth one is Wednesday. So you saw how the days of the week are also given in the jumbled up form. Alright, so these were some examples. Now let us look at one exercise before we go to our question paper pattern. So here we have this particular exercise where there are so many jumbled up words given to you. You have to try and read it carefully and you have to try and write the words in the correct form. Now remember children, whenever you get a question like this, whenever I show you a question, what will you do? You will simply pause the video and try to find out the answer yourself. Alright, and then you can check your answers with mine. So come on, we have 10 words. So 5 I will be showing you now and the remaining 5 will be homework for you. Alright, and now you have some other assignments also that I will be giving you, but that is what I will tell you towards the end of this video. Okay, so come on, have you paused the video and have you tried to find out the answers? So let us see what the first one is. So ESLML. What is it? It is SMELL, smell. What about GTIF? Yes, that sounds simple, isn't it? It is GIFT, gift. What about the third one? NNRUGNI. Okay, it is RUNNING, running. What about the next one? TEAN. It is N-E-A-T, neat. And the last one, O-J-K-E is J-O-K-E, joke. Alright, so these are some examples which I have solved for you. Now the remaining ones, try and solve it yourself. They are very simple. And now since I have solved these examples and I have already showed you so many examples of scrambled or jumbled letters, you will surely be able to know what the other words are. Alright, so come on, this is a small assignment for you. Now let us move on and let us try and see what patterns of questions could be asked as far as this particular topic is concerned. So you have just two patterns, simple and easy, and two patterns. So let us look at the first question. How will it be asked? Very simple. They will ask you to arrange the given letters to form a sensible word. So they will be giving you the letters, and just like we formed the word now, in the same way you will have to form a sensible word. And in the second pattern of questions, they will ask you to rearrange the letters to form a word to fill in the blank. So you will have to also fill in the blank to form, you will have to find the word and then you will have to fill in the blank also. Okay, but then remember, all the patterns are based on one simple concept, that you have to select one option. So option 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 4 options, you have to select one option. So you never write something on the paper. You do not write a word, or you do not do a fill in the blank. Actually, what do? You just select one option. Okay, so come on, let's go to pattern 1, where we will arrange the given letters to form a sensible word. So we will try and do at least 5 examples from each pattern. Okay children, now we cannot do a number of examples, we can do just a sample number of examples. The remaining you will have to try and do it yourself. So the more you practice, the more you will become perfect. So let's start with question number 1, which says T-U-I-E-Q. So what is T-U-I-E-Q? Let's see. So is it option number 1 Q-I-E-U-T, or is it Q-U-I-E-T, or is it Q-U-E-I-T, or is it Q-I-U-E-T? So which is the correct word, or what is the correct spelling? It is the second one, Q-U-I-E-T, quiet. Quiet means to keep silence, to maintain silence, to not speak anything. Alright, isn't it simple? We did a number of exercises like this, but remember what you have done here is you have selected the proper answer. Okay, come on. Similarly, let's try and solve the others also. Let us go to question number 2, where you have E-P-O-R. Okay, so now these are the letters of a particular word. Let us find out what the word is. So is it O-P-R-E? Is it E-P-O-R? Is it P-O-R-E? Or is it R-E-P-O? So what do you think should be the right answer here? First, second, third, or fourth? So you have these 4 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the correct answer is answer number 3, that is P-O-R-E. P-O-R-E here means a very, very small opening, either on the surface of our skin or on the surface of leaves, etc. Okay, pore means a very tiny small hole. Coming to question number 3 in the same pattern, arrange the given letters to form a sensible word. So you have S-A-R-G-P. S-A-R-G-P. So let's see what the answers could be. So is it S-A-R-P-G? Is it S-R-A-G-P? Is it G-R-S-P-A? Or is it G-R-A-S-P? So which one will be the right answer, children? Yes, it will be G-R-A-S-P, grasp. Now grasp could have 2 meanings. One is physically, when you try to hold something, or when you try to grab something, it is called grasp. Or sometimes we say, are you able to grasp what I am saying? That means it could also mean,
understanding something, following something is also grasp. Anyways, we are not going to go into the meanings, but we are just going to look at what the right words are. I'm just explaining the meanings because you should get some extra knowledge, and since we are doing a lesson in vocabulary, the more words and more meanings you know, the better for you. Okay, come on, moving on to the next question in this particular pattern. Question number 4, and the word here is Toque. So is it Toki? I don't know. So let's see. So is it the first one, Quote? Is it Toku, Toequ? Is it Quoet, or is it Tuqoe? So see, it is like a tongue twister saying Tuqoe. Alright, so come on, which one is the right answer? Is it 1, 2, 3 or 4? It is the first one, quote. So a quote means either to say something. For example, he quoted what the Prime Minister said. That means he said exactly, or he repeated exactly what the Prime Minister said. Alright, quote could also mean a saying or an idiom. For example, when we say make hay while the sun shines, that means whenever there's opportunity, make use of it. So that is also a quote. A quote here could also mean a proverb or a saying. But in this case, our answer is answer number 1. Moving on to the last question, or question number 5 in this pattern. So you have WROND, Vrond. So is there a word called vrond? I don't know, let's find out. So is it DOWRN? Is it the second one, DOWNR? Is it the third one, DROWN? Or is it DRNOW? So which is the right answer, children? It is answer number 3, DROWN, drown. Drown means what? Immersing into water or any liquid. Okay, drown can also mean, when we say he drowned, means he was not able to save himself. So maybe he died, or maybe he became very serious. Alright, so drown means getting fully dipped inside any liquid, water or any other liquid. Okay children, so this was pattern number 1. Now we will move on and see what pattern number 2 has to offer us. So rearrange the letters to form a word to fill in the blank. So now there is a sentence which is given to you, and then there is a option also given there, but that particular option is all jumbled up. So you have to make it unscrambled, and then you will have to write it in the blank. But as I told you, we do not have to write anything here. We just have to select an option. So let us look at the sentence. One must lead a dash life. So in the bracket it is IPELMS. So what kind of a life should we lead? IPLMS life. Let's see what are the other options that we have. So should we lead a SIMPLE life, SIMPEL life, SMIPLE life, or SIPMLE life? So what kind of life should we lead? Yes, we should lead option number 1 kind of life. That is, we should live a simple life. SIMPLE, simple. So in these kind of questions, what will you do? You will just select the option, okay? You will not try and write anything on the paper. So the answer is option number 1. Moving on, let us go to the next question in this pattern. So you have question number 7. Money is necessary for a dash living. So what kind of living? CEDENT. What is that? So let's see. Is it DEECNT, or is it TECNT? Is it DCENET, or is it TENCET? So what kind of life? Money is needed for living a dash life. So the answer is option number 2. Money is needed for leading a decent life. DECENT. Decent means a comfortable life, not something which is very lavish, not something which you're very poor, where you're lacking so many things, but a decent life, a life where you have all the things that you need to live well. Okay, coming to the next question here, question number 8. dash have to work hard to earn money. So it is Pole P. So what is Pole P? Who is this Pole P? Let's check out. So is it Poeple? Is it Poepel? Is it Plepeo? Or is it People? So now this is very simple, children. I know you must have guessed the answer all right, because no other word is correct except for the fourth one, people. So who will have to work hard to make money? People will have to work hard to make money, and if they have money, they will have a decent life also. We just saw. Okay, so this is answer number 8 for you. That is option number 4. Moving on, let's go to question 9 now. We can help others in dash ways. And see, option is Rosuiva. So what word is that? Does it look familiar? Does the letter look familiar? Do the letters in the word look familiar to you? Let's see. So is it various? Is it various? Is it various or various? So V-O-R-A-I-U-S, V-A-R-O-I-U-S. Option number 3, V-A-R-I-O-U-S or V-R-A-I-O-U-S. So which is the correct answer? If you know your spellings well, you will know that the correct answer is answer number 3, various. So how can we help others? We can help others in various ways, in many different ways. Okay, now we will come to the last question that we have for today, or the last example question. Good dash is necessary for happiness. So E-L-H-T-H-A. Good what is necessary? The options are H-A-E-L-T-H, health, H-E-A-L-T-H, health, H-E-L-T-A-H, health, and A-L-T-E-H, health. So what is necessary for happiness? It is spelling number 2, H-E-A-L-T-H, health. Okay, children? So these were the various example questions from the 2 patterns that we learned about jumbled letters. Now, like I told you, towards the end of the video, I'm going to explain to you certain tasks that you will have to do for today. So come on, let me tell you what those tasks are going to be. But then let me also remind you that the more you practice with these kind of questions, children, the better you will become at solving and finding out the answers, and then you will minimize the mistakes also. So come on, let me leave you with that, and let me also urge you to complete the tasks that I will be giving you. That is, you will have to fill a Google form and you will have to answer certain questions.
So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.